Bryce is here, he's got his writing utensils, always drawing. My dad used to tell me, he was like, I don't think anybody from your generation doesn't have ADD. If you don't do anything and if you stop moving, then something's wrong with you. Just keep going, you know. Fine art is fucking really amazing. But as far as modern art or anything surreal, is kind of have to go out and find your own. I've been painting since I was a little kid. I think I went to art school before I went to real school. I don't like look at some crazy landscape and like, oh, I'm gonna paint that in oil. Anytime you go on a vacation rental or a old home, like they probably have some coconuts and hula girls and that stuff, you just kind of get tired of it. It's too real. Kind of go like make something a little bit more imaginary, something people don't see ever. So many of my peers don't understand what I do. Like, why the fuck do you waste time putting your pencil to a paper? Or like, why do you even care about doing all this stuff? But it just makes me happy, you know? It's not necessarily like, oh, you're like expressing yourself and you have to let this out. It's more just like comprehending what's going on. But when you're just in the zone and you can't really like pull yourself away from finishing what you've started, it's like nothing else, you know? You step back, you look at what you made and you're like, holy shit, I made that? If you get the ball rolling, it's like, why don't you just keep rolling? Even with Ryan, has been helping me out with his gallery, and he pushes me and I push him. Let's do this, let's do that. Oh yeah, can you do this, can you do that? Yeah, for sure, let's do this too. It's definitely give and take because we both definitely need each other's help, and I think that if you're gonna start something from the ground up, there's no way you do anything by yourself these days. Like, everyone knows that you work better in numbers. That's why it's so good to have friends and family to support you and do what you do. Then that way you can prosper, and if they're stoked about what you're doing, then there's no way you'll stop doing what you do, you know? For the last few years, I've been going up to Niseko and visiting friends and family in Japan and snowboarding up there. For me, snowboarding is so rad is because when you're snowboarding, you're kind of just like in nature and it's so quiet. Everything around you is just like perfectly still. At this point, I'd rather get a powder day than perfect offshore. Most of the reason why I started the business is because it was easy for me to live my life the way I wanted to live it. I was just trying to make some type of solution where I could take care of my family and hang out and still like go and travel and do what I want to do. Because ultimately I just kind of wanted to be able to either be in the snow or be in the waves whenever they were good. I definitely think that if you stick to your passion or your hobbies or whatever you do, like persistence always wins. I think if you get to do what you want to do and there's nothing that ever stops you from doing what you want to do, then you'll do all right.